film begins and we see a scared woman. Actually, she had seen something in the warehouse which made her stunned. In a house, the owner's cat was brutally killed. The shocking thing is that this was not the work of a human but of a robot. The person who created this robot is a scientist named Aiden. His son had died in an accident. He was not recovering from his grief. He created this robot in memory of his son, using his technical skills, and he named him the same as his son. That is Rob1n, which is also the name of this film. Now, as he noticed that the robot's hand was moving, he was surprised as well as happy. He adopted this robot Rob1n like his son. It seemed as if his life is once again filled with happiness. But he did not know that this is a machine, which has now developed the ability to think independently. The consequences of which can be very devastating. Because now it is obvious that he had feelings and emotions, and he killed this cat because he felt that Aiden's love was being shared with this cat. He did not like this. He was jealous. Then he removed the cat from the way so that Aiden's love could be given only to him. After this, the scene changes, and we see a boy, Leo, who was with a girl for the last 5 years. Both of them like each other. And today, Leo proposes her for marriage. His friend became very happy, but she did not know that Leo has a huge debt, and the debt collectors are keeping an eye on him every moment. Now, when his friend asks Leo about his job, he avoids the topic saying, "I am going to introduce you to my very close friend," who is none other than Aiden. He was Leo's uncle, whose house both of them reach very soon. During their conversation, Aiden said that my memory has become weak after a road accident a few years ago. That is why he recognized Leo after some time when he introduced himself. Now he was not able to walk properly due to old age. So Leo's friend supports Aiden and takes him inside the house. And the robot standing above was watching all this. Now Leo was sitting at a place and looking through Aiden's photos. Suddenly he heard a loud sound from the window behind him. Surprised, he immediately went and saw the shadow of a small child behind the curtain. But now when he opened the door, there was no one there. Now when he came out of the room, he saw a strange robot sitting near the fireplace. Leo was very surprised. In the meantime, his friend also came, who was also looking at him with surprise. In the meantime, Aiden also came. He proudly tells that this is Rob1n, a robot which I have created. And it is a very amazing robot. Now he asked everyone to go out to show the specialty of Rob1n and asked to close the door. When Leo's friend knocked on the door 3 times and everyone came inside, the robot had disappeared from there. Now seeing this, Leo started feeling as if there was someone else present in the house. But the maid assured him that there was no one here except the 4 of us. Now after some time, Aiden goes to rest and the maid started talking to both of them. She says, "I worry about Aiden. Ever since his son has passed away, his behavior has become very strange, and I worry about him like he is my own father." The next morning, it was known that the maid did not come to work. This was quite surprising because it happened for the first time in so many years that she had taken leave without informing. This makes Aiden worried. Then he saw Rob1n, whose face was splattered with blood. He felt something was wrong. Now he felt scared while asking directly, so he took Rob1n to the warehouse on some pretext. When he checked the robot, he found pieces of the maid's clothes on it. Seeing this, Aiden was outraged. He shouted and asked Rob1n, "Is this your action? Have you killed the maid?" But he remained silent on this. Aiden got the answer in his silence. He understands that he has done all this. That is why he decides to shut down Rob1n. He removes its battery in anger and leaves from there. But he was shocked that this robot will activate even without battery. When everyone was sleeping at that night and the house was dark, Leo started roaming around the whole house, because his purpose was to search the clues of the safe and money hidden in Aiden's house, which he wanted to steal so that he can pay off his debt. He investigates a lot here, but he does not find anything. So he returns disappointed. The next morning, Aiden goes to the warehouse so that he can check the robot. But surprisingly, he does not find the robot there. That is why he returns home. Then he hears the piano playing upstairs. When he goes to check, he sees a robot standing in front of a mirror and blinking his eyes repeatedly. It seemed as if he was trying to imitate humans. Aiden was left shocked when he checks him. He was worried, thinking how this robot is working without battery and power. That night, Leo again starts roaming in the house in search of the safe. This time he goes to the upstairs room where a box opens on its own. When he checks, there were some old toys lying in it with which Aiden's son used to play. Apart from this, there was nothing valuable in the box. Before he can move ahead, Aiden comes here, who catches Leo and explains him to stop doing all these things. After everything calms down, Leo asks him about his son's death. Then Aiden says that I was out of town, and when I returned, I got the news of my son's death. Some people said that he died in a fire, while some were also saying that he took his own life. But the truth is that till date even the police has not been able to know the truth. Aiden's memory had also become weak after the accident. Aiden always used to be haunted by a thought whether Robin is really dead or is he still alive in some form. The next day, 2 police officers come to Aiden's house. Actually, the maid's brother was very upset because his sister was missing for 2 days. So, he complained to the police. When the police questioned Aiden about this, he said that I do not know anything about this. Then the police said that the maid was last seen in the warehouse of this house. She had also called a taxi driver to go home, but the taxi driver returned after waiting for a long time. But every time Aiden says here that I do not know anything, because the police also did not find any evidence, that is why they also return. But we see that the maid's brother, who was hidden outside the house, he secretly comes to the warehouse. He called on his sister's phone. Then the ringing sound also comes from inside. While following the sound, when he came inside, he was shocked to see the scene there, because his sister's dead body was lying there in a worst condition. And now, before he could understand anything, suddenly Rob1n Robot also comes behind him. Panicking, his brother starts calling the police, but Rob1n hurled a sharp iron railing at him. As a result, he also dies. And Robot quietly sat near the fireplace, moving there. Now Aiden came to him once again and asks, "Tell me, did you kill the maid?" But even now the robot remained silent. He was just blinking his eyes. Then he picks up a piece of glass and writes a word, which Aiden reads, and he goes from there feeling a little relieved. But Leo, standing near the door, hears their conversation. He also comes and reads that word. Now Leo always had doubts about the death of Aiden's son Rob1n. He also read old posts related to this whole matter on the internet. He saw a post of a reporter who had talked about an old party. Then Leo contacts with this reporter. When the reporter came to know that Leo is Aiden's nephew, he without hesitation told him everything about the incident that happened years ago. This is the story of that day when it was Rob1n's 11th birthday. Aiden organized a big party for him, but to play a prank on him, he locked him in the basement for some time. Then he was taken out after some time. But his behavior had become very strange when he came out. He had become very dangerous. It seemed as if he was not the same child as before. Suddenly becoming bloodthirsty, he attacked all the guests who had come to the party. And all the guests were killed. Only Aiden and the reporter somehow survived. When Rob1n also attacked his mother, a bullet was fired from behind which killed Rob1n. The reporter says that that bullet was fired by none other than Aiden himself. Now this could have ruined Aiden's reputation. So he paid money to the police to avoid this and suppress this matter. Leo is shocked to know the truth. He could not believe that all this could have happened. Then his friend also comes, who shouts at Leo in anger, because she had seen Leo's phone on which debt collectors were sending messages. On this, Leon explains to her that I was just trying to earn money for my better future. But on the contrary, I got trapped in debt, and now we have only one way. And that is to steal some money from Aiden's house. He promises his friend that after paying off the debt, we both will get married and start a new life. At night, Leo's friend mixed the sleeping pill into the coffee of Aiden according to plan, and after a short while he falls into a deep sleep. The same night, 2 police officers again came to Aiden's house, but they started searching the house when the door did not open. The lady police officer goes to the basement where the maid used to go. There she sees a robot whose eyes were glowing. She quite surprised, thinking she comes near him. But as soon as she bends down, the robot stabs a pointed weapon in her stomach, due to which the officer dropped to the ground in pain. Then the robot attaches a clip to her body and gives an electric shock, due to which the poor lady dies in agony. After some time, another police officer also comes to the basement, where he smells the burning human flesh. He looks through the torch. He sees the burnt body of his partner. He gets very scared. But before he can understand anything, the robot comes from behind. He attacked the officer with a knife too. Then he releases a burst of fire from flamethrower on his face, due to which this officer also dies there. Meanwhile, Leo and his friends were looking for the cupboard and safe in the room. Leo's friend found the floor strange. As he moved the floorboard, they found a secret basement below. Leo becomes very happy on seeing this. Seeing this, his friend gets scared at first, but then she also comes down following him. But both were unaware that the robot is watching all this. Coming down, they noticed that there were many liquor bottles there. But Leo's eyes were more searching for the safe than the liquor, inside which there would be valuable things. Suddenly, they felt someone's footsteps behind them. They looked back, but there was no one there. Now Leo moved ahead, but his friend stopped here so that she could see who was there for the second time. Now when she turned her face forward and looked again, a blood-soaked robot was standing in front of her. Seeing him, she screamed and quickly ran away from there, where once again she meets Leo. While running, they reach a place where their search ends, as they find a safe lying in front of them. Seeing this, both of them became very happy. For a while, their fear was over, and now both happily moved forward to open it. Leo recalled that Aiden always used his son's birth date as his password. Then he entered the same password and the safe actually opens. But what they saw was something they had never imagined, because the safe was completely empty. There was neither any jewelry nor money, due to which both of them are disappointed. Seeing this, Leo's friend becomes sad because she understood that our lives are also in danger from the robot. Unfortunately, nothing was found. She starts crying. But before they could do anything, an iron rod went through her neck, due to which she dies there. Leo felt very sorry witnessing it, but there was no time to mourn her death. That is why Leo picked up a rod lying there and attacked the robot, but he was still working. Now he attacks Leo with a glass, due to which he fainted. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself tied to a chair. Now this was the same basement where Rob1n was once locked up. Then the robot starts talking. Surprisingly, there was the presence of Rob1n's spirit in his voice. He starts talking about his childhood here, how his mother used to imprison him here for every small thing. He used to get punished for every lie or mischief. Now the robot asks Leo that why have you come here to Aiden's house? For what purpose have you come? Then Leo lies that I had just come to meet him. Hearing this, the robot punishes him using a nail gun. Now when Leo was punished for the second time, he did not tell the truth and he had to bear the pain once again. Then the third time, when he could not bear the pain, he finally confessed everything. He says that yes, I am not really Aiden's nephew. I just took advantage of his poor memory, so that I could enter his house and steal money. Now Leo was blaming himself. He was also blaming himself for his friend's death. Then Leo pulls out a nail and starts cutting his rope. The robot was still not believing his words. As Robot moved forward to punish him with a nail gun, Leo immediately got up after opening the rope. He pushed the robot down and he was about to damage the robot by picking up the nail gun, when Aiden shot him from behind, which killed Leo. Actually, Aiden had come to know everything, that now his son's spirit has completely possessed the robot. That is why he could not let anyone harm his son now. He was afraid that someone might separate him from his son again. That is why once again he fixes the robot and makes it like before. That means now this robot starts a new life as his son. And if anyone tries to come between them or tries to harm the robot, then that dangerous robot and this mad Aiden will not spare him. And the story of this film also ends here with this. Please subscribe our channel to achieve first 100 subscribers.